Today we are gonna find out the Laplace transform of t raised to 4 hyperbolic sine 4t into e raised to minus 2t. Now, how to get the Laplace of this function? So we have some standard formulas of Laplace, but if you'll observe carefully, then we cannot apply any of the formula directly in the function because it is not matching with the formula. So first of all, we need to simplify the term and we have to bring it in such a form that we can apply our standard formulas. So let's write it down. So here the given function is, now it is t raised to 4 hyperbolic sine 4t into e raised to minus 2t. Now to simplify this, what we'll do is we'll keep t raised to 4 as it is. Hyperbolic sine 4t, we'll write it as e raised to 4t minus e raised to minus 4t upon 2. So I have applied the formula into e raised to minus 2t. So now by solving this, I can take 1 by 2 outside. By taking t raised to 4 inside, we'll get t raised to 4 e raised to 4t minus t raised to 4 e raised to minus 4t, and this e raised to minus 2t outside. When it will go inside, we will get t raised to 4 into e raised to 4t into e raised to minus 2t, that is t raised to 4 into e raised to 2t minus t raised to 4 as it is, and multiplication of this two term is e raised to minus 6t. So this is the substitution of t raised to 4 hyperbolic sine 4t e raised to minus 2t. So therefore, if I want to find out Laplace of the term t raised to 4 hyperbolic sine 4t into e raised to minus 2t, so I will find out the Laplace of this right hand side because these both terms are same. So we'll get 1 by 2 Laplace of t raised to 4 e raised to 2t minus t raised to 4 e raised to minus 6t. Now since we have two different terms with minus sign in between, we can separate the Laplace. So here we'll get 1 by 2 into Laplace of e raised to 2t t raised to 4 minus Laplace of e raised to minus 6t into t raised to 4. Now guys, to get the value of Laplace of e raised to 2t t raised to 4, if you'll observe carefully, then it is matching with the property of Laplace transform, and that property is first shifting property. Now what is it? So it is e raised to at into f of t. So I can say that e raised to 2t is e raised to at and t raised to 4 is f of t. So it means we can solve this first term as well as the second term by using first shifting property. But guys, if you observe carefully, then this problem also can be solved by one more property, that is multiplication by t theorem or the property, which is Laplace of t raised to n f of t. So if you'll see from right hand side, then this t raised to 4 is t raised to n, where n is 4, and this f of t is e raised to 2t. So again these two terms can be solved by using multiplication by t property. So which property we will apply to get the value of Laplace? So we'll use the first shifting property. Now why? Because if you'll see here, then in multiplication by t property, if we have a term t raised to n, then we have to differentiate this phi of s n times. Now here we have a term t raised to 4. So according to it, I have to differentiate this phi of s 4 times. And we know that to get the differentiation 4 times or fourth order derivative is again a complex work, because every time we'll get the more and more terms. So for that, we will use the first shifting property, in which we just have to get the value of function of s minus a or s plus a from function of s. So let's apply the first shifting property. So here I'll say by first shifting property. So now according to first shifting property, we have e raised to at f of t. So this is the f of t, and here we have e raised to at f of t. Now in both the terms f of t term is same. So here I'll say here f of t is equal to t raised to 4. So therefore the Laplace of this f of t, that is the Laplace of t raised to 4, is 4 factorial upon s raised to 5, and I'll say this as phi of s, because in property we say that whatever is the f of t with e raised to at term, we have to find out the Laplace of it, and we say it as function of s, and from that function of s we get the value of function of s minus a or function of s plus a dependent on the value of a. So now we got the value of phi of s, and I am going to use this value of phi of s to get the Laplace of these two terms. Now here the property is e raised to at f of t. So this a is positive 2. So when a is positive, that time we get value as phi of s minus a. Now here the value of a is 2. So we'll get 1 by 2 in bracket phi of s minus 2, because a is positive. Similarly here the value of a is negative 6. So that will become, when a is negative, we'll get positive a on the right hand side. So this will become phi of s plus 6. So middle sign minus as it is, and we'll get phi of s plus 6. So here at both places I have applied the first shifting property. Now let's get the value of phi of s minus 2 and s plus 6, and for that I am going to use the function of s, that is phi of s. Now value of phi of s is 4 factorial upon s raised to 5. So to get the value of phi of s minus 2, I'll put s equal to s minus 2 in phi of s. So this will become 4 factorial upon s minus 2 raised to 5. So here I'll say 1 by 2 in bracket 4 factorial upon s minus 2 raised to 5, minus, to get s plus 6 or phi of s plus 6, I'll put s as s plus 6 in phi of s. So this will become 4 factorial upon s plus 6 raised to 5. So I can take this 4 factorial outside. So we know that 4 factorial is 24. So it means I am taking 24 outside. So 24 upon 2 is 12, and in the bracket we'll get 1 upon s minus 2 raised to 5 minus 1 upon s plus 6 raised to 5, and this is the value of Laplace transform of t raised to 4 hyperbolic sine 4t e raised to minus 2t. Thank you.